All right, good morning, everybody. I did not beat up a Kardashian, as you can tell, very conservative. So I just want to start by giving you a little background on how I got started with Charities years ago. It was, I believe, my second year as an owner, and I felt compelled at Christmas time to try to do something really nice. So I called around to a bunch of different churches and organizations asking for a list of poor people. That didn't go over very well. I wasn't getting return calls. I'm like, I'm used to doors getting slammed on my face, but not when I'm trying to do something really nice. Like I just want to write a check to a family. And so we were lucky enough to get hooked up with the Boys and Girls Club, and they gave us two families that were really in need that Christmas. And so, in the office, we said, hey, listen, let's get some toys. Here's the profile of these families, a couple kids. So we ended up getting like Sony PlayStations, Nintendos, gift cards, and we had a whole office filled with like Christmas gifts. And that year, or on December 23rd, we went to the families' houses, the whole staff. We knocked on the door of these families, these two families in particular, with like, hey, Merry Christmas. 30 of us showed up at your home, to your apartment, and we've got a couple grand worth of like Christmas gifts, and it was a really emotional thing. Like we were there, inside their home, eating their food, singing Christmas songs, and the mom says, this has been a really difficult year. The kid's dad passed away this year, and that's difficult enough, but we don't even have enough money for a Christmas tree, and so. Very emotional, and so the next, when we came to work after Christmas, we were just like, we got to do this more often. Like, we can't just be nice once a year. We got to do something throughout the year. And then the addiction really started to really do some really good stuff. So that's kind of my story, and that turned into, I got recruited at the Boys and Girls Club to be a board member, which is, pretty neat. And I get to sit on the board with other owners of companies trying to figure out ways to help create revenue for nonprofits, and it's been a lot of fun. To shift gears a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about, I'm a big hiker. I like to hike different parts of the world, and I know there's a lot of different clothing lines out there. There's North Face, there's Columbia, there's Mountain Gear, and I choose to wear Patagonia. Okay, I don't know if anybody here is a big hiker brand snob, but I'm a brand snob, and I only wear Patagonia. Let me tell you a couple things about Patagonia, which I think is interesting. So this is from Patagonia's website. So since 1985, Patagonia has pledged 1% of sales to the preservation and restoration of the natural environment. We've awarded over $46 million in cash donations to domestic and international grassroots environmental groups making a difference in their local communities. These guys are rated year over year as one of the best places to work in the United States. From the Best Places to Work website, in 2010, the Gulf oil spill was deemed the largest accidental marine oil spill in the history of the petroleum industry, and Patagonia employees wanted to help in some way. To answer the call, Patagonia sent 7 groups of 10 employees, each to the Gulf region, to work with a local nonprofit organization to assist with their community outreach program. Patagonia employees canvassed different Gulf communities to reach out to individuals and their families to assess the impact of the oil spill in their neighborhood and then add data collected to a map of the region. Patagonia employees were paid their regular salaries during this time in addition to being reimbursed for their living and travel expenses. So Patagonia has a line of people that want to work with them. I wonder if top talent is attracted to this organization because they stand for good causes and beliefs. This last year, I've had the chance to enter a Best Places to Work contest myself. I figured out, why not? I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't think we'd do that well entering this little contest. I don't know, have any ICLs entered a Best Places to Work contest, just out of curiosity? A couple of you guys? So it started off with a survey that I, the president of the company, had to fill out. And after this survey, I'm just like, okay, we got to withdraw our application. We're going to be rated the worst place in Los Angeles to work. So they wanted to know the sick day policy in my company. Okay, so no show, no dough. That's my sick day policy. What's your 401k plan look like? No. X for no. How do you treat handicapped employees? And I'm like, this is going to be a lawsuit by the time I'm done filling this survey out. I'm like, we're not doing this. We're not going to go forward. I was surprised that we were actually ranked the 11th best place in Los Angeles to work. And so, I don't really need to, yeah. My first thought was, man, the economy must be really tough. like things must be really bleak out there. So when I talked to the best places people, they said, listen, your employees really valued the charitable involvement that your company has to offer, from Operation Smile, Boys and Girls Club. And so we got awesome scores with philanthropy and awesome scores with doing great things for the community, but obviously horrific scores with like sick day policies and all that other stuff. But we're ranked 11th. So I wonder if we attract better talent ourselves because we are contributing to others less fortunate. I wonder if there's a connection. I wonder if Patagonia kind of experiences the same thing. From my understanding, North Face doesn't have a lineup of people trying to work there, but Patagonia certainly does. So let me shift gears. So what's interesting about coming to Miami here, and a couple years ago we were at Fontainebleau. It was 2 years ago. I think I said that right for all the French Canadians. But Barb Majeski made a presentation to all the consultants at that meeting. And she was, talking about Operation Smile, and she just came back from a mission trip herself. And so we're all sitting there in the room. We never heard this before, and all of CIDCOR getting together, rallying behind a cause. This is kind of different. And so she made her presentation. You could tell she was filled with passion, and she came back from this trip, and she looked these kids in the eye, and she saw the changes and stuff. So you could tell she was really, passionate about what was going on. And I just asked Barb the loaded question. I just said, so Barb, why Operation Smile? I mean, there's a million great causes out there. There's lots of needy people. But why this? I've never heard of Operation Smile. And she answered my question. I want to just share this with you guys on why I think this is a great organization to be partnered with. First of all, you're helping the people in the world that need it the most. Okay, we're talking about third world countries. We don't experience this here in America because as soon as somebody is born with a cleft lip or something, it's immediately fixed. But in these other countries, it's kind of surreal that this problem exists. So these people need it. They don't get the medical attention that we have over here. You radically alter the course of someone's life at a very low cost. And the third part is it's immediate. Like I can just imagine that trip that went to Brazil. I mean, how empowering would that have been? To see these children, before and after. And when they get to look in the mirror, I'm sure all you guys get tears in your eyes too when you see the little videos and you see the kid looking in the mirror for the first time. It's like, I'm beautiful. This kid needs it. This kid's, you got to think this person's going to go on to do something pretty cool in their community themselves and give back. And so I really feel like we're partnered with a great, great organization, and we should all be proud to be working with Operation Smile. We're doing some really good things here. So I want to just kind of shift gears now and talk about how to raise money for Operation Smile. Because when we were all at the national conference and we saw all the text pledges, I'm just like, that's a lot of dough we're about to raise here. Now, how are we going to do it? Because I saw lots of 10,000s, lots of 5,000s, and all in all, I think it's going to be over $400,000 that we're going to try to raise here. So I've got a 5-step formula, and it's not the 5 steps that you're thinking of. It's a different 5 steps. But just a few ideas that I've seen on Facebook from all of you. I'm just going to steal things that I'm seeing from you guys. Dodgeball tournaments are popular. Bowling, ping pong tournaments, poker rallies. There's lots of creative ways to get people together and raise money. But I'm just going to share with you guys the 5 steps, like a system that I've come up with that I share with leaders in my office that have taken the baton themselves to raise money. And last year, just for Operation Smile, we raised $8,600. So we're going to try to, do the same thing. But I'm going to share you the secret sauce, the 5 steps. So number 1, empower your leaders to take control and explain the whys. The whys. So I don't lead any of the nonprofit deals that we do. Okay, I don't want to be the leader. I'm a great participant. I am available to be recruited. Bring me on your team. I will help you raise money. But I'm not the lead guy. I want the leaders to take charge. And there's a couple interesting whys. The obvious why is for charity, for the kids. That's the obvious why. The unobvious why is you get to see what people's leadership really is when they're trying to raise money for a nonprofit. So I want to empower my leaders. Like, listen, you want to be an owner? You want to be a successful owner? Let me see what you can do off the court. I see what you can do on the court. You're great. You set the pace. You recruit. You do a lot of great things. But I want to see how you can do raising money for a charity. I think this is going to say a lot about your leadership. So leaders feel really empowered when you put it that way. The second thing is to come up with an idea, game plan, and date. Okay? Come up with an idea, a game plan, and a date. Now I'm going to give you just a really simple exercise that we did, or a little example that we did. We hosted, this was a couple months ago, a block party, if you will. We picked a leader who lived in an apartment building with a lot of younger people in the apartment building, and we got permission from the manager to have a party, just an afternoon party, okay? So the leader whose house, that was the person who was the leader of the event. I was the front man with the cash. I had to put the initial investment of the cash to buy beer, pizza, and whatnot. So that was $300 that I had to put up front, so that was my role. We had another leader in the office take on the role of DJ. We had a leader's friend who was a massage therapist. She came over to do massages. We had a roll call manager who'd pester everybody in the office, like, are you going, are you going, are you going? So we had a roll call manager. And we charged $20 at the door for beer, pizza, and just a party. Okay? So that was just our little come up with an idea, game plan, and date. The third thing is promote, promote, promote. We created flyers. We invited friends. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we're in the door-to-door business, so we went door-to-door. Okay, we solicited. We said, hey, we're having a little party here. Why don't you guys come downstairs? And we got a DJ, and people look down, and they're like, oh, there's a little pool party going on, and why not? Let me show up. $20 at the door. Here you go. But we promoted it. There's lots of chatter. Every day we talk about it, and we promoted it. And then the fourth thing is execute. The fourth step is execute. 50 people showed up, $20 a pop, $1,000 minus a $300 investment was $700 netted to Operation Smile. It was simple. It was easy. The fifth thing, and probably the most important part, is reward and encourage behavior. We write press releases and give some kind of public recognition to the people. I like putting a press release together and tagging their name, and somebody Googles that leader's name and a press release comes up of donating money to Operation Smile. I think that's a pretty big home run. Okay, so those are the 5 steps. Empower your leaders to take control. You don't be the front runner. Let them be the front runner. If any of you ICLs are trying to take charge, hey, trust me, pass on to your leaders. They're going to do a better job than you. Okay, because they've got something to prove. They want to prove something to you. Come up with a great idea and game plan and date. Promote it, promote it, promote it. Execute and reward, encourage behavior. So then this weekend, let me get up to this weekend here. So as you guys probably know, Sidcor's got talent. You guys aware that we have talent in this room? We've got a little charity event happening tonight, I believe. Is that tonight? Okay, that's going to be scary. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So there's going to be some, all the money that's collected for that is, there's going to be some Operation Smile thing there. The volleyball tournament that's going on. There's a volleyball tournament happening tomorrow. There's a cornhole tournament happening tomorrow. And let's just talk real quick about the fundraising that's been happening leading up to Miami here, okay? So offices that raise $500 or more were all entered into a drawing, okay? The winner will receive a 2-hour boat ride with an expert water chauffeur. Okay, that's on somebody's business card, I'm sure. I'm an expert water chauffeur. For the winner and 4 guests to cruise the beautiful waters of Miami tomorrow afternoon. The highest fundraiser receives a meal hosted by Gary, Jim, or Vera for themselves and guests of their choosing. And the highest fundraiser can become an ambassador. Okay, so before we announce the winners, we would like to give special recognition to our highest individual fundraiser. Although she doesn't qualify for any of the prizes, because she'd be having breakfast by herself, I guess, she certainly deserves recognition, raising $2,465. Let's give it up for our highest individual fundraiser, Vera Quinn, in the back. Okay, and then let's start with the boat ride. Okay, winner of this is going to be very popular this weekend. I'll list everyone who qualified and was entered into the drawing, and then I'm going to announce the winner. So these are all the owners in the last, I'm not sure the time frame, but I think it's the last month or so, that have all raised $500 or more for Operation Smile. Ron Gronwald, good job to you. There we go. Vince Connolly, Eric Chapman, Kyla Allen, Kara Pizzuro, Jim Rothermel, Ali Alami, Rich Danella, Vanessa Casaneda, Adam Dorfman, and Jesus Hecom. Give these guys a big round of applause. We did the raffle earlier. I don't have a big drum up here, but I'm going to announce the winner of this, and I want you to stand up. This person's going to be cruising around Miami in Miami Vice style with his water chauffeur and 4 guests, okay? And the winner of the 2-hour boat ride, Ali Alami. Please stand up. Ali Alami. Excellent. And our next prize, a meal hosted by Gary Jim Rivera, is awarded to the highest fundraiser. The highest fundraiser will also be inducted as an ambassador. Congratulations to Adam Dorfman and Jesus Hecom. And Jesus is now an Ambassador Club member. That's awesome. So winners, please see the events team after your org lunches to claim your prizes. Okay? So I just want to close with this. We have something really special here in our business. I think one thing that what the board tells me at the Boys and Girls Club that really they love about our business is we're like an army of young people that want to help. And I really think that if we all harness that, like if the average ICL's got 20 reps in it, and we got these young, motivated people that want to make a difference, I just really think that it's our responsibility to give them a platform to tap into this greatness and not only be successful in our business, but also seek significance. Okay? So that's all I got for Operation Smile. I want to bring up our next speaker. This is the CEO of Sidcor. Everybody give a big round of applause to Mr. Gary Polson.